Hi, this is Sally, and I'm doing a quick video today on a cool new little gadget that I had brought in. This is a 1/4-inch seam guide, and I'm going to tell you all about it here in a second. But we're taping this from our new headquarters in beautiful Castle Rock, Colorado, and we just had 30,000 zippers come in, and we're in the midst of counting them and sorting them, and we're going to start sending them out into the mail shortly to all of the people on Facebook that ordered them. If you're interested in the zippers, it's worth checking us out on facebook.com/groups/so-much-nicer-zippers. That's SEW. And our main Facebook group, where we talk about sewing my patterns and just have a lot of fun, is our main community, and that's facebook.com/groups/so-much-nicer, SEW. Okay? Anyway, let me tell you about the ruler, and I'm going to show this to you on 2 different sewing machines so you know how it works. And this is an item that we've added to our new shopping cart that we're launching, and the shopping cart's supposed to be up today, so I need to get this video done in a hurry, and it's probably not going to be the best quality, but you guys know me. Just here to have fun. So let me tell you about the ruler. What this little 2-inch ruler is it's got it's a special ruler because it's got a little hole in it here where your sewing machine needle goes, and it measures out a 1/4-inch seam, and it's good for 2 purposes. One is if you're machine hopping, and maybe you're using a different machine or a different brand of machine when you're out taking a class or at a friend's house, and maybe it's different from the machine you have at home or whatever. When you're popping between one machine to the next, by using this ruler you can make sure that, excuse me, that you're still achieving a good 1/4-inch seam. Next, and what I like it for, I mean, I have one of these in every one of my sewing machine bags. I have one at home. I have one in my sew-mobile. I've got these everywhere. What I like them for is I'm able to tell what a 1/4-inch seam is when I'm using a particular foot on a certain sewing machine, because they're all different. And that's the main purpose of this video, is to show you how well it works for you to figure out an easy way to do a 1/4-inch seam with the machine you have and with the feet you have available to you. So let me show you. Now, this is a zipper foot on a Bernina, and it's one of the smaller Berninas. It's a 5.5 millimeter wide machine, and I already set this up. I've got the sewing machine needle going through the hole of the ruler, and then I have the foot down. And what I want to show you here is that by putting this the needle through the hole, and then by putting your foot down, you can see exactly where a 1/4-inch edge, like the raw edge of the fabric, would be running on this machine with this foot. Now keep in mind, with this zipper foot on this machine, the needle is decentered all the way over to the left, and that's what helps it achieve this 1/4-inch seam. Okay? Now let me show it to you with a couple different feet. So before I do that though, let me show you this. So because of where the ruler was, and it was showing that the edge of the 1/4-inch was right along the edge of this feed dog hole here, this is where I would be running my zipper if I was putting like a zipper in the pockets of like the bionic gear bag pattern. This is going to be the 1/4-inch seam by lining this fabric up with where the ruler was. Hope that makes sense. But let's do it with a couple more feet to make the point. Now on this machine, a number 37 foot is a 1/4-inch foot. It's designed to make good 1/4-inch seams. I just put the needle back over to the center needle position. I'm putting the needle through the hole of the ruler, and now you can see that the ruler is on the edge of this foot, just as it's supposed to be. So if I was doing a 1/4-inch seam with this foot, this is where it should be running. Now this is a no-no though, because this toe of the foot is running on top of this zipper tape, and this would not give you a good result because the fabric is not getting any pressure to help give you really pretty nice stitches, because the foot is not making contact with the feed dogs over on this side because it's riding up on the teeth of the zipper. But just for the sake of showing you where the edge of the fabric should run, that's where it would be. But don't do it. Don't do it with zippers. And then if you were doing it with a different foot, and let's just say for some reason you want to see what you're doing, maybe you're using some decorative stitches, or for whatever reason you want to use a foot where you have better visibility like this open toe gives you. Let me show you first what doesn't work, is with the needle in the center needle position, Now the edge of this ruler is kind of halfway, maybe not halfway, it's about a third of the way underneath this toe. It's not really matched up with anything here, but if I pick it up and move it one click over to the right, and I put it back down again, now the ruler is running nice and perfectly up against the edge of this foot, and that would be giving me a 1/4 inch seam with this machine, with this foot. And again though, this foot is not what you want to be doing 1/4 inch seams with when you're installing zippers into like bag patterns. You want to be using a zipper foot because again, see, look at how much this wiggles around and everything and makes a big old mess. So this is on a 5.5 millimeter wide machine. What I'm going to show you next, we're going to stop this video and then I'll put the two of them together somehow. I'm going to show it to you on a 9 millimeter wide machine. So catch you in the next video in 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back at my big Bernina. I have to tell you guys, I call her the BFB. Sometimes she's my big fat Bernina, sometimes she's my big friendly Bernina. And I've got some other cuss words for her too some days, but most of the time she behaves. Anyway, this is a 9 millimeter wide Bernina 880, and it happens to be the pretty sterling edition. And I just love her. So I want to show you though how different this zipper foot is on this big machine. Also, you're going to find this is similar to what it's like on some of the Pfaff machines. They've just got a big wide foot too. Now on this one, when I put this foot on, I've already decentered the needle 2 clicks to the left, and by doing that, I've got my 1/4 inch seam is falling right here on the edge of the feed dog trench on the right side. So the right feed dog, okay, left side of the right feed dog trench, but right here. So this is where I would be doing a 1/4 inch seam if I was doing like my bag on my BFB, okay? Now I want to show you something real quick though. Let me pop a little bit of this out. Here's the reason you want to be using zipper feet is when I'm using this foot on this machine and I'm doing my 1/4 inch seam because we determined it falls right here along the edge of this, you can see that the foot is not riding on the zipper tape. If, you know, what I should do is take the thread out. I wonder if this machine will know right away. I'll even show you real quick. We'll see if I get away with it. When I'm sewing along, you can see that and see it's not going to let me sew any farther because it knows I don't have her threaded. But what it does is it rides along the zipper teeth on this side and you almost can't make a mistake. Okay? So foot up, needle up. And now let me show you a couple other feet on this particular machine. And by the way, here's the difference in those feet. I hope, can you see that on the camera? Is it good? Okay. Look at how different those feet are, but they both will produce a 1/4 inch seam if you do this correctly. But that's how much difference there is in the size of them. So let me show you another quick foot. Now this one is a 1/4 inch foot. I have to set my machine for it. And my dog wants to go outside. She's whining and scratching at the door. So if you hear that, I promise she's fine. We're only going to be here another second. Okay, this is a 1/4 inch foot. The needle is centered. I'm putting it down into the hole. And now I'll put my foot down. And on this particular foot, the 1/4 inch is at the edge of the foot, and it's got a little fabric guide here so that it makes it extra easy to hit that 1/4 inch mark. But just to show you how it works with the ruler, you can see it's spot on. Now, the problem with this foot, I'm just going to be honest, is that it's not getting a lot of traction on either side of it because it's so skinny and the feed dogs are wider. So what Bernina did for this one about a year or so ago is they brought out a different foot. It still makes a 1/4 inch seam, and it's still a center needle position foot, so the ruler isn't going to change, or how you use the ruler isn't. You're still going to be following your 1/4 inch here, but if you look carefully, what they did is they made the foot wider on this side so that it makes full contact with the feed dogs on the left side, so it will help feed your project through better. Okay, and still want to show you one more to show you how the ruler works again. Here's a crazy different foot. Now look how wide this one is, and you can see if I did center needle position on this one, you just can't tell where to ride that fabric because it's like kind of in the middle here, kind of in the middle here, but it still just doesn't have a good reference point for your eye. So if I first have to choose the foot, so it'll let me do this. 2 seconds. 20. Okay, now that it knows I've got this foot on, it'll let me do what I want. By moving it over a couple clicks to the right, same thing, put the needle down. I don't have it down far enough. Let me do a couple more. Still not quite right. And that's good. So this is exactly what you want the ruler for, is you can see how many clicks you need to move the needle over so that you can run your fabric along the side of the foot so that you know that you have a perfect 1/4 inch seam. So there you have it. I just want to show you how the ruler works. It's in our shopping cart. It'll be on shop.somuchnicer.com, and I'm offering these as a little goodie once in a while too, so check the shopping cart for what's current on there. But you'll find this ruler there, and I can't live without them. I hope they help you too. You have a great day. Thanks for being part of my group. Take care.